Hold on tight because this is the tea nobody saw coming. Shari has just dropped some bombshell revelations about Martell Holt and Stormi Steele's relationship, and trust me, it's not what you think. From secret meetings to shocking betrayals, the truth is finally coming to light. But here's the craziest part. Melody held on to this information for a reason, and when you hear why, you'll be left speechless. So grab your seat, because we're diving into all the jaw-dropping details right now. For a while, there have been whispers, rumors, and speculations surrounding Martell Holt and his entanglements. But this latest revelation has completely flipped the narrative on its head. Shari, the woman who's been through it all with Martell, has finally broken her silence, and what she's exposed has left the internet in shock. Martell and Stormi Steele. What's really going on? Is this just another business partnership gone wrong? Or is there something much deeper, something more personal, that's been kept hidden? And, most importantly, why is Melody speaking out now? What made her finally spill the truth? In this video, we're breaking it all down. What Melody just exposed about Martell and Stormi, the hidden details that have been buried for too long, how the truth is impacting their relationships and careers, and the biggest question of all, what happens next? But before we dive in, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss out on more exclusive updates and breaking news. Trust me, this is just the beginning. Melody's shocking revelation takes us back to the root of the drama. Melody and Martell's relationship has been a roller coaster, one that has been anything but smooth for years. Fans of love and marriage, Huntsville watched as Melody and Martell built what seemed like a powerful empire. They were the perfect power couple, good-looking, successful, and business-savvy. But behind the scenes, things were unraveling at the seams. The biggest blow to their marriage came when Martell's infidelity was exposed. He had been carrying on a long-term affair with another woman, an affair that resulted in a child. This revelation didn't just break Melody's heart, it shattered the image that Martell had tried to portray to the world. Melody, being the strong and independent woman she is, chose herself. She walked away from the marriage, determined to rebuild her life on her own terms. But even after their divorce, the drama between them never truly stopped. From public spats to heated arguments on social media, the tension between them has always been high. However, here's the thing. For all the drama that's already unfolded, Melody has, for the most part, kept certain details close to the chest. She's hinted at Martell's shady behavior, but never fully exposed everything, until now. Melody is finally speaking out, and what she's revealing is a game changer. While we all knew Martell had a history of being unfaithful, no one saw this coming. And this is where Stormi Steele enters the picture. What did Melody reveal about Martell and Stormi? How deep does this connection really go? Before we dive into the bombshell Melody just dropped, let's take a step back and talk about Stormi Steele. For those who've been following love and marriage, Huntsville, her name might not be new, but her role in this scandal is certainly catching everyone off guard. Stormi Steele isn't just some random person in Martell and Melody's orbit. She's a successful businesswoman in her own right. As the founder of Canvas Beauty, she built a multi-million-dollar hair care empire from the ground up, proving herself as a powerhouse in the beauty industry. Her journey to success is inspiring, and for the longest time, she was seen as a friend and ally to Melody. But here's where things get messy. Stormi's introduction to love and marriage. Huntsville was initially through. Melody and Stormi seemed to bond over their shared ambition and drive, but as time went on, something shifted. The friendship that once seemed solid started showing cracks, and fans couldn't help but notice the growing tension between them. Rumors began to swirl. Some claimed that Stormi was playing both sides, trying to stay on good terms with both Melody and Martell. Others suggested that jealousy was brewing between the two women, especially since both are successful entrepreneurs, and in a world where competition is fierce, even friendships can turn sour. But then came the real shocker. Melody's latest revelation completely changed the narrative. It's no longer just about a friendship falling apart. It's about betrayal at the deepest level. According to Melody, Stormi isn't just an innocent bystander in all of this. She might have been much more involved with Martell than anyone ever suspected. Now, the big question is, what exactly was going on between Martell and Stormi behind closed doors? Melody knows the truth, and she's not holding back anymore. What she just revealed is about to send shockwaves through Huntsville. If you thought the tension between Melody and Stormi was just another reality TV fallout, think again. What Melody just exposed goes far beyond petty drama. It's a revelation that has left fans shocked, speechless, and questioning everything they thought they knew about the relationships on Love and Marriage. Huntsville. So, what exactly did Melody reveal? Let's break it all down. For months, whispers and speculation had been circulating about Martell's romantic entanglements. We already know that his past infidelities played a major role in the breakdown of his marriage to Melody, and the drama surrounding his relationship with his mistress, Ariane Curry, was messy enough. But what people didn't expect was for another woman's name to be thrown into the mix, especially someone so close to Melody. According to Melody, Martell and Stormi weren't just casual business acquaintances. They weren't simply moving in the same social circles. Their relationship went much deeper than that. While the details are still unfolding, Melody is making it very clear that something inappropriate was happening behind the scenes. The suspicious connections between Stormi and Martell have raised several red flags, making their alleged connection far too convenient to ignore. One of the first things that caught Melody's attention was how quickly Stormi shifted her support toward Martell. Let's be clear, Stormi initially came onto the show as a friend of Melody, someone who was supposed to be on her side. But as time went on, her behavior began to change. Stormi started defending Martell a little too much, even when his actions were clearly questionable. She would either downplay them or refuse to take a stance at all. It was as if she was protecting him in a way that didn't make sense, unless there was something more going on between them. Another suspicious detail that raised eyebrows was the secretive nature of Stormi and Martell's business dealings. While their interactions may have seemed professional on the surface, Melody claims there were many private meetings and conversations that didn't sit right with her. And here's where things get even more suspicious. Stormi, who has always been vocal about empowering women in business, was suddenly working closely with Martell, a man known for undermining and disrespecting the women in his life. Why would someone like Stormi, who built her empire on her own terms, be so eager to collaborate with someone like Martell, who has a history of toxic behavior? Could it be that their relationship wasn't just business? Then came Melody's breaking point. For a while, she kept her suspicions to herself, wanting to believe that maybe she was reading too much into things. But then she discovered something that changed everything. According to Melody, there were messages and interactions between Stormi and Martell crossed the line, and things are about to get even messier. These weren't just friendly texts or professional exchanges. There was something more, something intimate. If the allegations are true, it means Stormi wasn't just betraying Melody's trust as a friend, but she was also engaging in something inappropriate with her ex-husband. That's not all. Melody hinted that there's even more to this story, and what she knows could completely destroy Stormi's public image and reputation. Now, the big question is, how will Stormi respond to these accusations? And more importantly, what does Martell have to say about all of this? Here's where things take an even more interesting turn. When Melody dropped these bombshell allegations, you'd think Stormi and Martell would have rushed to clear their names. Maybe a simple denial, a public statement, or even a bit of outrage over such an accusation. But that's not what happened. Instead, both of them reacted in ways that left people even more suspicious. Martell's response was silence and deflection. If history has taught us anything, it's that Martell Holt is not the type to stay quiet when drama surrounds his name. He's been loud, defensive, and combative in the past. When accusations about his mistress surfaced, he fought back. When his divorce drama played out on national television, he always had something to say. But when it came to Melody's claims about him and Stormi, silence. No denial. No strong words to defend himself. Nothing. And you know what they say? When someone accused of something this messy suddenly goes silent, it usually means there's some truth to it. When Martell finally did speak out, he didn't directly address the rumors. Instead, he did what he does best, deflected. He started talking about how people were obsessed with his personal life, how others needed to mind their business, and how he was focused on his kids and building his brand. Wait, what? How do you go from being accused of an inappropriate relationship with your ex-wife's former friend to suddenly talking about your kids and business? It was almost as if he was hoping the accusations would fade away if he ignored them long enough. Now, let's dive into Stormi's reaction, because this is where things take a really strange turn. Unlike Martell, Stormi didn't stay completely silent. However, instead of coming out with a clear and strong denial, she went into full-on damage control mode. She started posting cryptic messages on social media, those vague posts where people talk in circles without actually addressing anything. One post, in particular, had fans raising their eyebrows. Stormi wrote, "It's crazy how people will take a narrative and run with it just because they want drama. Some of us are out here building legacies while others are stuck in the past." Wait a minute. So instead of denying anything, she's talking about people wanting drama? And here's the kicker. She never once mentioned Melody's name or Martell's name. Now, let's be real. If someone accused you of something as serious as sneaking around with your friend's ex-husband, wouldn't you shut that down immediately? Wouldn't you say, "That's a lie. That never happened"? Instead of offering a direct denial, Stormi made vague statements about people wanting drama. The fact that she didn't give a straight-up denial made fans wonder if there was some truth to what Melody was saying. The public reaction? Fans aren't buying it. As soon as Stormi and Martell's weak responses hit the internet, fans started flooding social media with comments. One common sentiment was, if Stormi wasn't guilty, she would have just said it didn't happen. The fact that she's beating around the bush is suspicious as hell. Martell's being quiet for once. That's how you know he did something wrong. This is giving guilty and trying to cover it up vibes. And let's not forget, Melody isn't someone who just makes baseless accusations. When she exposed Martell's cheating years ago, he denied it at first, but guess what? She was right. So now, when she's dropping these new receipts, people are paying attention. And the craziest part? This is just the tip of the iceberg. As more details come out, it looks like there's even more to the story than what Melody has already revealed. The big question now is, will Martell and Stormi finally come clean, or will they continue to play the denial and deflection game until the truth forces its way out? If you thought Martell and Stormi's reactions were suspicious, wait until you hear what people behind the scenes are saying. Trust me, there's a lot more to this story than what we've seen on social media. Whispers in Huntsville are revealing some shocking details. When Melody dropped those bombshell allegations, the streets of Huntsville began buzzing, and you know what they say, where there's smoke, there's usually fire. Several sources close to the Love and Marriage Huntsville cast have come forward, and they're all saying the same thing. The situation between Martell and Stormi has been going on longer than people think. Let's break this down. A few months ago, rumors started circulating about Stormi being way too cozy with Martell at certain events. People who attended local gatherings noticed how Stormi and Martell interacted, with some even claiming they were giving off more than just friends' energy. Here's where it gets interesting. Even Stormi's husband, Courtney Beasley, started acting distant. Before all this drama, Courtney was always seen with Stormi. They were a power couple, working together, showing up at events, and building their brand side by side. But recently, people noticed Courtney was nowhere to be found whenever Stormi and Martell were in the same space. Was it just a coincidence, or was Courtney distancing himself because he knew something wasn't right? Now, let's talk about Melody's inner circle. Melody doesn't just make accusations for attention. If she put this out there, it's because she knows something. Sources close to Melody have revealed that she's been sitting on this information for a while. She knew about Martell and Stormi's friendship, and it didn't sit right with her. In fact, one of Melody's close friends allegedly warned her months ago, saying, "Girl, you might want to watch that situation because something isn't adding up." Melody kept quiet, watched, and collected receipts. When she finally spoke up, it was because she had seen enough. Now, here's where things get even crazier. While Stormi is trying to play it cool, the people around her are starting to fold. Several sources have hinted that some of Stormi's closest friends and business associates are distancing themselves from her. One source even claimed Storm's been acting different. People who used to be close to her are now keeping their distance, and when you ask why, they just shake their heads and say, "It's too much drama." Now, let's pause for a second. If these rumors were completely false, wouldn't Stormi's friends be rallying around her, defending her, and shutting the rumors down? The fact that people in her circle are suddenly quiet or walking away speaks volumes. And it's not just friendships that are falling apart. Stormi's business is starting to feel the heat, too. If you've been following her for a while, you know she built her brand, Canvas Beauty, from the ground up. She went from a small-town entrepreneur to a multi-million-dollar beauty mogul. But now, customers are starting to boycott her brand. People are flooding her business pages with comments like, "I can't support someone who betrays their friends. Nope, unfollowing. And this is messy. I don't want to support it." Stormi, girl, is this really what you're on? SMH. Let's be real. When your business depends on public support, the last thing you want is a scandal like this attached to your name. Even though Stormi is trying to act unbothered, sources say she's panicking behind the scenes. She knows her image is everything, and if people start seeing her as untrustworthy, it could destroy everything she's worked for. Could this get even uglier? If you think Martell is just going to walk away from this without consequences, think again. Let's not forget that he's already in hot water with his ongoing custody battle with Melody, his financial struggles, and his past cheating scandals. Martell is barely keeping it together as it is, and now with these new allegations, things could get even worse. Some legal experts have pointed out that if Melody decides to bring this into their custody case, it could hurt Martell even more. Think about it. If Melody can prove that Martell has been sneaking around, lying, and engaging in inappropriate relationships, how do you think that will look to a judge? The courts don't play when it comes to stability and co-parenting, and if Melody presents this situation as proof that Martell isn't acting responsibly, he could find himself losing even more custody rights. So while Martell is out here acting like this is just another messy rumor, he might want to start thinking about the long-term consequences. The public isn't stupid. People have been watching this unfold for years, and they know who has a history of lying and who doesn't. Right now, all signs are pointing to Melody as the one telling the truth, and fans are paying close attention to every development in this story. As more details emerge, the pressure on both Martell and Stormi continues to mount, leaving everyone wondering just how far this drama will go. Think about it. Melody exposed Martell before, and she was right. Now, Stormi and Martell's responses have been weak and suspicious. People in their inner circles are distancing themselves, Stormi's business is taking a hit, and Martell could be facing legal consequences. All of this adds up to one undeniable fact. Something isn't right. As more people start speaking out, we might find out that the truth is even worse than what we already know. The big question remains, will Stormi and Martell finally tell the truth, or will their silence destroy everything they've built? And the craziest part? There are still more receipts waiting to be exposed. If you thought the situation couldn't get any messier, think again, because now the fallout is spreading like wildfire and hitting everyone involved. This scandal isn't just affecting their personal lives. It's damaging their businesses, their brands, their friendships, and even their fan base. Let's break it down. Stormi's business is under fire.
Customers are walking away.
One thing about social media is that people don't forget, and right now, Stormi's customers are speaking loud and clear. Ever since the rumors started gaining traction, her brand, Canvas Beauty, has been under attack. If you check out her business pages, you'll see the comment section flooded with backlash. Customers are making it clear, "I supported Stormi because I thought she was real. Now I'm good. This is so messy. I'll take my money elsewhere." The fallout is real, and it's clear that the public is holding Stormi accountable for her actions, or lack of a clear response.